Imagine if the United States resumed on its current course, spending without regard for the country's future, not recognizing education as the nation's top priority, with bickering in Washington solely based on partisan lines.
What happened to our nation's legacy of innovation, where nothing was impossible to solve? Think about a world where the youth lost hope and no longer cared about what lied ahead. What if it's our generation that gets our country back on track? What if we started in our own communities through a grassroots movement where young people were united
to awaken the dormant American dream?
We are youth that care about our country and want to take control of our future. We are youth willing to volunteer, participate in the political system, and be the change for our country. We are Youth for Truth, and welcome to Chapter 1 of the project.
Hello, I'm Austin Marzo, reporting for Shawnee Extra. Shawnee's most popular club, Youth for Truth, has brought politics to the students of Shawnee.
Once you take a side before you even know about an issue, then you're going to have a problem deciding what you actually believe. You need to look at something without a bias before you can decide on how you feel.
I think the same reason why people feel that the government needs to be an active participation of all the citizens is the same reason Thomas Jefferson believed it. If it's not everyone participating, it's not a structure of the entire population.
A voice in government is important because, it affects our future. If we don't voice our opinions, then politicians aren't going to listen to us and what we have to say. And when we do voice our opinions, politicians are going to notice and they're going to change things for the better for younger Americans.
I really think Youth for Truth has made a positive impact. Just taking a look at the election and the mock debate that we ran that was very successful, and to hear they see so many kids getting actively involved in the political process, which is the goal of that. And so a more informed public is going to make for a stronger society. They were able to present both sides of the issues in a very fair and responsible manner, and the questions from the students were handled very well. And as I said, the impact of it was seen because kids were more active involved in the political process.
The Y4T committee is a group of about 15 kids, Chris being included, myself included, that organize the essentials of Youth for Truth.
I think Youth for Truth is it's a community of kids where, we get together and we, discuss topics in politics today and try to build answers for the problems in our government.
With Youth for Truth, we're always trying to find the truth. We want cold, hard facts.
I think the Youth for Truth idea is really interesting because we can't even agree at the national level right now on facts.
In and of itself, the Youth for Truth movement is a good movement in terms of trying to get students more politically active, and it's not pushing a particular ideological agenda. But the fact is that they want students to become actively involved in the political process, and that's never going to be a bad thing.
We're starting small by going to local schools and starting reading clubs in these elementary schools.
In a generation where American reading is quite low and not a lot of children really want to propel themselves forward through the process of reading, we as an older generation who know the power of reading want to give back to the youngers.
I think by increasing our funding for education and investing in our students, we're at a university, at Grambling State University, and that's one of the things that we want. Invest in our youth, keep pushing our youth.
Education, education, education. Nothing works without education. You can have all these freedoms, all these liberties. If there is no solid education system, then things turn out really bad in the end.
To be well informed, you need to be a very strong reader, and I think reading obviously is the fundamental piece of that. And so in order for that to be successful, the earlier you start, the more successful you're going to be.
If we as Americans don't believe in our future, then we won't put the effort in, and then we won't participate in it later. If we want our voice to matter now, then it's going to matter later.
I think one of the roles of schools is to create an educated society, and that's critical to having a successful, well-run democracy.
Youth for Truth is one of the first political movements for U.S. young adults. Check out their website at youthfortruithrally.com.